Good evening. Welcome to Find You Fridays. It's me, Lorene Hughes, and I am your intuitive connector for today. Yes, that would be me. As you can see, I'm not where I would normally be. I am house sitting, and I have a very, very lucky gift of being given such a beautiful backdrop that they just live with every day. So how did I get so lucky? Alrighty, so let's make sure I've done all the bits and pieces that I needed to do. I think so. Awesome. Cool. I've shared that over there. We are good to go. Alrighty. Hope you're all doing super well and that this weather, if you've got rough weather like I have tonight, it's treating you kindly and you're staying safe and warm. Alrighty. So just while we're tuning in, we're getting things moving. You know, it's been a big day, big week, I know. Okay, cool. Let's move that over there. We go. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's pop that over there. So we have for this beautiful week, the start of June. It has been. We're obviously now in the. Hi, Holly. I've been good, thank you. I've been really good. It's been an interesting week. And as I have done a little bit of like digging into things like Gemini, which is what sign we're in at the minute, I was like, wow, all of that makes a lot more sense now. So for those of you who are, you know what, a bit like the moon, I think there are times the more energetically sensitive or aware that we are, each of the seasons, the astrological seasons, have an influence on us too, no matter what star sign we are. And I was having a look into Gemini, and I'm just going to read some things to you and see if these things kind of resonate for how your week has gone too. So Gemini is a sign associated with communication, logical thought processes based on duality, because of course Gemini is the twins, and the conscious mind. Gemini people tend to be airy and intellectual, glib of tongue, and curious about life and other people. They can experience two sides of things at the same time and may tend to be flighty. Hi, Nico. How are you? So lovely to have you. So Gemini people are like curious and social butterfly, and they are really communicative and intellectual. They're an air sign, so they aren't afraid of change and will gladly and easily dish on a variety of topics. So they love to talk. So the other part of the more extensive part of it is the versatility, the adaptability, and the love of learning. It's associated with communication, intellectual curiosity, and a playful social nature. Geminis are often described as quick-witted, adaptable, and capable of switching effortlessly between different topics and personalities. They are ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, and are known for their adaptability to learn quickly and share their knowledge. So what I find interesting about this is that our reading for last week came up, which of course we were in the sign of Gemini last week too, for the week that has just finished. And there was a lot of stuff around communication that has been coming up as of late. And I thought that's really interesting, isn't it? And the feeling of the duality, sort of like flip-flopping between points of views, or like not sure where something is leading and that sort of thing. Anyway, we have a full moon for this week coming. And this full moon for us here in the Southern Hemisphere is known as the cold moon, because obviously we're in winter now. It can also be a long moon, the oak moon. It may be known in some cultures as the moon before Yule or the wolf moon. And interestingly, my lovely book, which actually has this as the Northern Hemisphere's moons. Okay, so I've done that little bit of research and flipped it over and figured out what it is for the Southern Hemisphere, because it was bothering me. And what I've realized is that in December, which is when this full moon would be in the Northern Hemisphere, that's when the moon sign is in Gemini, which of course is where our sun sign currently is in Gemini. And I was like, oh, well, duh. So it still is relevant. It's just that instead of it being a moon sign, it's a sun sign. This is where we're sitting at. So the Gemini influences the need for change. Spontaneity is associated with this particular zodiac sign, so don't be surprised by unpredicted happenings. Gemini usually wears their heart on their sleeves, so thinking about feelings and sharing them with others could happen more than usual. See, the speaking, the communicating. Thanks to the influence of ruling planet Mercury, Gemini is the ultimate compulsive communicator in that they just love to talk. Don't be surprised if you are more talkative than usual. So this is what I mean by, I do believe that even though we may not be Geminis ourselves, that we can still be influenced by the different star signs as they flow through. And I'm finding it more and more the case. The more work that I do on myself, the more upgrades I have, the more openings I have. With my most recent, upgrade that I had a couple of weeks ago, there's been some really beautiful moments where I've known when and how to talk and when to shut the fuck up. And it's been great. And I'm managing those energies a lot more. And also, I'm feeling a lot more sensitive to the impacts, or the influences, I should say, of the different planetary alignments, whether they be in the moon or the sun signs. So I'm finding it all very interesting. And I'm curious to know, how are you guys going? Because it's been fascinating. It has been fascinating this last week. Have you been having a lot more chats with people? I'm just curious. I'm curious. Anyway, let me have a look at our weekly reading. now that we've got a few of you up here. Let's see who wants to come and play for the weekly reading. Cool. Hi, Melinda. How's the weather down your end, darling? It's very windy in Handorf. It was incredibly windy when I was at home too, but it has been, yes, crazy windy up here too. Oh, I don't have my usual setup, and I just realised I need to put a place for my cards whilst I try to use them. There we go. Yay, more room. Beautiful. We're getting there. I've been getting a lot of sings of birds, says Nicole. Fantastic. Yeah, birds. I heard frogs tonight. Not surprising being up here. Froggy frogs. Cold, blowy, and rainy. Yeah, it was really raining, bucketing down about 6 o'clock, 2 hours ago. So, yeah. So just shuffling up the cards for the collective for the 7th of June through to the 13th of June. Let's see what we have for everybody. How can we best work with these energies? So yes, house sitting, cat sitting. Not sure where the cat is right now. They did try to do that. Can I go outside now? No. You're stuck inside now, dude. And even if he did, you'd be like out for 2 seconds and be back inside again. Guarantee it. But because it is blowy and windy, I do apologize if we have any dodgy reception, but hopefully we won't. Okay, cool. So we've got the Archangel Oracle cards from Doreen Virtue for this one. So that's cool. Just acknowledging the creators of these beautiful artworks, because that is really important to me. All right. Yeah, Nicole. Frogs are the best. My friend who I'm house sitting for absolutely loves frogs. Green frogs is her thing. Absolutely loves them. And she's painted a few frogs, like as in canvases, pictures of frogs, along with some other things. And they're just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. So this week coming up, what I'm seeing here is a very interesting reading, and interesting in that it's going to require some self-reflection, but also it's a little bit of like a now is the time to step forward with these things that you've been sitting on for a while. So we've got creative writing as our first card up today, which is time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen an article or a book. So what I'm hearing with this one, and for the rest of them to come, is now is the time to take action. Stop talking about the things that you wish to do and start taking action. Write those things down. Don't just have them pondering around up in your head. Actually take action. So if you've been pondering doing some artwork, or if you've been pondering creating a course or writing a book or writing poetry or setting up some kind of little side hustle business or a full hustle business, or maybe you've been thinking about writing to your friends, or maybe you've been thinking about sending cards to say that you've been thinking of your friends or family, or there's so many different ways we can write stuff, but it's about being creative. So this week is asking you to start leaning into that, getting creative, and stop putting shit on the back burner. We're swearing a bit today. It's because I've spent several days today not swearing at all. So, yeah, get out there, start writing that stuff down, because the action of writing down your thoughts, writing down what you are wishing to achieve, takes it to a whole next level. And I can quite honestly say, in being up here, which is a very creative space, and lots of creative energy is around me, there's a lot of stuff that is coming up for me, in particular with this card of like going, oh yes, now is the time. So the next card is peace. So peace comes from remembering that only love is real. Now, when we see the peace card, I often think that there might be moments that are going to challenge that peace. But I actually get, in writing your creative ideas and endeavors and goals, or wherever you would like, what you would like to create, or, you know, in the process of writing, you're going to create a lot of peace. I'm seeing those two playing out together. There's instead of all this stuff, maybe it's a to-do list. Write a to-do list. Instead of having all of those things up in your mind, cluttering your mind, going, oh my gosh, I've got to do blah, 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 blah. And because you're actively trying to hold that to-do list in your head, if you write it down, it's going to bring you peace. But like all your creative ideas, if you start writing them down, you can give your brain a little bit of peace, so that then it can have some more space to either grow that idea or allow it to develop, or to develop some new ideas. How cool is that? There we go. And the reason why we're saying all of that is because the next card that we got is Spread Your Wings. So this is very much an action card of like, yes, go do it. It's now is the time. It literally says, do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. All right. So for those of you out there with those big ideas or little ideas, or the things that are just sparking in your mind now, oh yeah, that would be a really good thing to do. Oh yeah, I've been pondering on that for a while. Now is the time to do it. The energies are going to be behind you to move forward with that. And given that we've got the energies of Gemini in there, which is intellect and communication and curiosity, those three aspects, this is the perfect energies to support you moving forward. Okay. And the last card that we've got is courage. Right? When we start stretching out into areas that we haven't been before, not in this lifetime, it can feel a little bit scary. And so you can call on Archangel Ariel to be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Okay? So the belief in this case is the belief in yourself, that you can do it, that you can be uncomfortable and still move forward and still create your beautiful thing that you are, your creation. Okay. There is every possibility that you can do this. And the only person that's stopping you is you. It's your ego, your fear, all of that sort of stuff is what is preventing you from moving forward on your creations. So this is a very big week for moving forward, for having fun, for starting to put a lot more energy and solidifying those creations, taking them out of your head, putting them on the paper, and then moving from there. Okay. Let us have a look at our yummy card. See what our overall theme is for this week. Sacred is the overall theme. So with this, what I'm seeing is that your time is precious and sacred on this planet and at this time. And your creations are sacred too. And they are unique to you. So whatever you do, whatever you are creating and manifesting and actualizing is perfect because it's your sacred contribution to the collective. Are you going to hold that back from everybody just because you're a little bit scared of doing something that's unknown? Interesting times, right? Alrighty, so hopefully this is going to create some interesting spaces for you this week. I'm actually going to take a photo of that lot because it's fun. We're going to have a great week, I think. And I get a sense that it's going to be a week that's very, very, very focused on where we're at rather than thinking too hard about the interactions with others this week. So that will be fun, won't it? Hope that you have a lot of fun with this week. I like it. Love a good list. Fortunately, I have a house inspection on Tuesday, and that my real estate agent has given me a list to make sure that my house is clean, which it is, but just doing those final little touch-up things like cleaning the windows at the front door because it's been raining and so they're all dirty again. It'll only be the third time in 3 months that I've done them. All right, so Debbie, who is currently over on the YouTube side, Debbie darling, would you like to put your question in the chat, please, so that I can do your reading for you? That would be lovely. Thank you for your donation. I don't have my full set here, like full set of everything. So we'll just see what pops out. Thank you, Miss Debbie Love. Appreciate you. And hello, Debbie or Texas. We've got 2 Debbies on the YouTube side. How is that? How is that even possible? Okay. Interesting. I'm giggling. And good morning. Yeah, go the Debbies. You guys are rocking YouTube. Oh, Lordy. I'm attempting to shuffle heart-shaped cards for you, Debbie, to start off with. See how we go, because they're very difficult. Very difficult to shuffle. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to shuffle heart-shaped cards. They're not easy. Okay, cool. got it. It's the Lover's Oracle. It has just come into my collection. No, it's not the size, it's the shape. And it's like you can't really kind of get a good grip like you can with regular cards. Oh shit. All right, hang on. Just gonna do it the other way. Let's see. Okay, had to go through them one by one and see which one popped out. Apparently, that's the way to deal with these cards. You have to touch all the options. And now we know. Now we can get back to some nice cards, right? Yes, they are very cool cards. And it's tricky to shuffle, but good, cool cards. How have you been, Debbie? Feels like forever since I've seen you. Interesting. Okay. So, before I read you the love card, I'm going to show you the Heal Yourself Oracle. There's a couple of cards that's come out of the Heal Yourself Oracle. And interestingly, so the question that I asked the Heal Yourself Oracle is, what would you like to know about, what would your team like you to know about your connection with Mr. B? All right. So interestingly, these have actually come out specifically, and I double checked. One's reversed and one's not. And the thing that I find interesting about it is that the connection with you and Mr. B, so the first card, which is actually reversed, is pride. So what I'm seeing by this is that when it's upright, it says you may be acting out of arrogance and vanity. Humility is the key. So what I'm seeing with this is that you're actually going to be able to heal and or already be healing a lot of the aspects that are associated with pride, like arrogance and vanity and, just sort of resistance and feeling like you have to defend your point of view a lot. And I feel that because this is in the reverse position, this is actually showing that you're changing that, and that this connection with you both, there's a lot of respect and there's a lot of honoring going on here. And so you're going to be able to shift out of your shadow side with the pride. Okay. So it's called shadow pride. Okay. So you'll be able to move out of this stuff with him And that's pretty cool. Like, there's going to be some beautiful softening moments that's going to come with this connection from what I can see. And that you will be able to hear him and yourself a lot easier, because there's going to be some beautiful support there. Whereas in the past, you may have held back quite a lot and not maybe wanting to hear what other people have got to say. It also means this is going to empower you. This connection with him is going to empower you to be soft and caring and aware and gentle. And that you'll be able to recognize that you require other people's support, as in the support of him, to achieve true success. Just paraphrasing from the book here, because obviously the book is not written for reversed. So I'm just looking at that and feeling into what actually feels true. So this connection is going to be really interesting. You're going to shift through a lot of energies with this connection. So that's pretty cool. The next card that we've got for you, which is in the upright position, so we can read this one without trying to work it the other way, the opposite way, is courage. So courage requires you to fearlessly stride ahead despite the challenges you are experiencing. Interesting, huh? All right. Whether you're afraid of success or failure, you cannot stay where you are. You need to make a decision and move forward with belief, trust, and boldness. Give it your all, no matter the outcome. Despite what you have been telling yourself, you are ready for a new adventure and another chance to prove that you have what it takes to face life's challenges. Stop investing in limitations, lack, and dysfunction, i.e. the pride stuff. Every blessing has a challenge, and every challenge contains a blessing. You are ready to explore both. While there may be difficult moments ahead, keep positive and believe that everything is going to work out for your absolute best. You are being asked to gather the courage to be who you truly are and to stand strong for your convictions. Okay? So this is really cool. This is lots of beautiful signs. The third card that I have for you, which is your yummy card, your love card, has this on this side, which is really cool. And it says, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. So to me, I see it as being a very, very expansive union, that it's very positive, that I get a sense that he's going to be strong enough to be with you. And that's good. That's a good thing. He's obviously quite in touch with, the masculine, feminine polarity, and he can actually handle that, which is what you absolutely will require to be able to soften into your feminine even more. So that's really exciting, hey? And like, there's going to be some beautiful moments. It's really fascinating, this card. When you get a chance, if you have it with you, have a look at that card and you'll see that there's some really interesting, I don't know if I can get the light to show you correctly. No, I can't show you the detail properly. But it's almost like if you were to cover this part, you would see feminine. You cover this part as masculine. So it's really interesting. So there's a real beautiful balance between the masculine, feminine energies, the polarities, the flows, and that you're going to be able to have the confidence and the safety to explore more of your shadow sides and know that you're going to be okay. And that's the sense I get with this. Hi, Catherine. Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully the weather's treating you well. We got your yummy card is Grace. Okay, so this is going to be a moment of gracefulness of I just see dance. I see you dancing and flowing in and around each other in a really beautiful way. So enjoy. Enjoy is what I get from that one, and how ironic that I have those cards this week. Thank you so much, Debbie, for your beautiful, kind donation. I am so, so grateful for you, and I wish you all the best with your new love adventures. Mwah. Oh, dear me. That is so cool. So, so cool. What exciting news. Oh, the possibilities are boundless. Okay, Mr. Love card. Thank you. Alrighty. Okie dokie. So, I have had a very, very kind donation come in. Let's get rid of that one. Thank you, Debbie. I have had a very kind donation come in before the show. And I am going to split it into two. So, I'm going to have, hang on. Cool. To just write down a number. And I am going to ask you to pop in the chat the correct number between 45 and 56. So this will be for the first reading. So between 45 and 56, you can go as many times as you like until you get to the correct number. Okay, because there's only a few of you on here, so you're in unluck today. Oh, Melinda, you're very quick. That was absolutely correct. Stick around, everybody, because you will get a chance to have another go. So Debbie has got it. Not Debbie, sorry. Melinda has got the number. All right. So that's the first one. Melinda, can you please pop in the chat? What would your question be for this evening? I think that's the first time I've ever had a special number come out as the very first one. So well done. Well done, Melinda. Here we go. Beautiful. So we'll have to say once with all of this, we'll have to say a big thank you. Just one moment. There we go. A big thank you to Rick, because he is the one. He's the one that has done this very, very kind donation. And he said I can do it however I want, but he said it's a pay it forward. So the number was 53, Debbie. Where are you tuning in from, Debbie? I'm curious. Debbie, Texas? Where are you tuning in from? I know where the other Debbie's tuning in from. Unless you've immigrated or traveling around another country. Ah, cool. So it's Debbie O in Texas? Would that be correct? Yes, I'm aware of where Texas is. That's a very clever way to put your YouTube channel name. All right, Miss Melinda. It looks like you've got some interesting things going on here. I'm also getting a sense that your team is aware that you might be starting to suffer from a little bit of the winter blues coming in. So the reason for that will be more clear once you hear my reading, but it's sort of giving you a little bit of like a nudge around that to keep yourself mentally and emotionally really like light, because you know how the winter blues can get you down. Nicole, cool, Lismore, New South Wales in Australia. That's probably very handy for Debbie O, who's in Texas, because she wouldn't know. The other Debbie is in New Zealand. So yeah, and it's late over there. So let me think, we're nearly at 9 o'clock, 9, 10, 11. It's 11, almost 11:30 over at night. So in New Zealand. So I'm appreciative of Debbie putting in a donation to do a reading tonight. I'm very, very grateful for that. And Catherine, yes, it is lovely of Rick to do a donation to the show. I very much am grateful for that, and happy that he's willing to do such things for you guys too. Anyway, back to Melinda. The first card that we've got for you, which is from, in case you're curious, The Secret Language of Your Soul. Look, oh, see, different lighting. There we go. Secret Language of Your Soul from Hina's the Girl. I'm not used to this lighting. I'll probably, it's a good thing because I'm not going to be here. It's just for this week. 6:20 in the morning. Beautiful. I'm always up by 6:20 in the morning during the week as well. All right. So the first card that we've got for you is Let Your Hair Down. Delight in the gift of play. So given that we're in a long weekend, yay. But this is what I mean by the winter blues are starting to come in, is what I'm being told, and that you're going to have to be a lot more proactive about having playtime and getting out and doing things that you perhaps wouldn't normally do. So the gift of play of, you can do that all sorts of little ways. You can do it being creative. You can do it in being out seeing friends. You can do it with the neighborhood cats. There's a lot of different ways you can let your hair down and be creative and play. You can play as there's almost like the play of energy. They're asking you to play more with your energy too. And you'll know what I mean by that. So do more playtime. And it might even be play with your friends who you like to play with, who are energy people. Okay? Maybe you and your fellow soul sisters could get together over a Zoom or something and do little readings for each other or healings or whatever. That might be something that you can use as a playtime connection with others, right? So they're asking you to uplift a little bit more. Okay? Delight in the gift of play, so you can have some fun. In doing so, you're going to release some inner tension, move into fluidity. So I'm getting a sense that there's a lot of pressure being put on you, and they're saying we are recognizing that there is this pressure that you're feeling very tense and very contracted around. I'm getting a sense of work stuff, and they're just like, I just want to breathe, but it feels like there's like a tightness around my chest, around my heart area, and it's just kind of like really heavy, and just kind of like we are when we've got high cortisol running through our systems, and it's like if all our breath is up the top, and it's like it's not deep breathing enough, so it's like start breathing a little bit more into your belly. Do that beautiful breath work that I know you know how to do, and I'm pretty sure you do mostly in the mornings and stuff like that. And it's just asking for a little bit more of that kind of flowing with the energy. And I get that if you're playing, you're going to feel this a lot easier. You're going to be able to release that tension with a lot more ease. So play, because you're too tense at the moment. And then they go back to the play thing, and it says, make your life more interesting. Explore the unexpected. So there's going to be some possibilities, some new opportunities coming your way. And they're just saying, I know that you're a projector, so you like to be invited to things before exploring them. And there's going to be some invitations coming your way, maybe just one or two. And instead of going, oh, it's winter, it's cold, it's blah, 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 come back to this one. Let your hair down. Go play. Go play. You just never know what's going to come. You never know what's going to bubble up and over because you allowed yourself to explore and to play. Okay? You might actually find that you release some inner tension at the same time. Wouldn't that be fun? So that would be great. And your almost last card is to learn from past mistakes, grow into greater wholeness. So this is saying, don't let your past hold you back. Don't let the stuff that you would consider mistakes hold you back. I'm also getting a little bit of like there's this new possibility that's coming in that is a chance for you to explore and do something fun. It's also going to activate something from your past where you're like feeling a little bit like, oh my God, but what if this brings blah? And that little bit of fear that's going to float through, it's saying, don't let that hold you back. kind of go, well, thank you for coming up. Thank you for showing me that. I'll be aware of it, but I'm also not going to let it hold me back. So just have some fun with this one, okay? And along with our reading that we had for the collective, write your fears down. It's not about solidifying them as such. It's about minimizing those things. And then you can burn them. You've got a full moon coming up on Wednesday. So any fears that are coming up for you around these new exciting adventures that you could be going on, write down all the fears to do with those and burn them. Release them to the moon. We're not in fireband season anymore at the minute, so we're all good. Okay, so you said that the job network is pressuring me to find another casual job to boost my hours up to the amount I need each week for Centrelink. Yeah, I get that. And I also get that that's hard. That's hard to do that. And what if you can play with your girlfriends and maybe shift some of those energies around and help you move through some of those fears that are starting to hold you back from having all the fun you could possibly have. Your yummy card. Now I'm just checking to see what this is in relation to. So your yummy card is kindness. And I was like checking to see what it was. And it was this card here, the learn from your past mistakes. So this is where we going to be doing some Ho'oponopono and take some time to be kind to yourself. Because nothing that you've ever done or ever been through has been wasted. It has all taught you something. You've learned something. Maybe it might be how to not treat someone else. Maybe it's how you don't like to be treated. Maybe it is, okay, so I don't wish to do that anymore, or, those sorts of things. Nothing is ever wasted. It's only our own ego that goes into judgment that makes things seem like they're a mistake. And kind of one thing is, and you know this, what if you were always destined to do those things so that you could experience them? To have those interactions with those people so that you could experience what that felt like. And what if that was part of your soul contract? It's kind of like, when we're an apprentice to any job and say on a construction site, for example, and the first job you're given is to sweep the floors. And all the apprentices know this. That's the first job you're given. Sweep up the floors, get rid of the rubbish. And our lives are like that too. We kind of have to sweep the floors and get rid of the rubbish before we can start in metaphorical rubbish of our spiritual histories, the rubbish of our ancestral histories that have come through onto our DNA. And that's why I don't think any experience that we have ever been through is ever a waste, because we are cleaning up that spiritual rubbish. We're learning what does work for us and what doesn't. We're observing. And as we get given greater responsibilities, then we get to do cooler stuff. And it gets to a point quite often where sweeping the floors is actually kind of a privilege. And we kind of go, oh, well, actually, this is kind of nice. Because the greater responsibilities we're given, it comes with greater weight. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you, Melinda. Thank you. And I reckon you'll be fine. There is some cool stuff coming up. There is some very cool stuff. So thank you, my darling. I hope that you do well. And get out there, have some playtime. And breathe, please. It felt very, very tight through the chest and the heart. All right. So again, big thank you to Rick for that one. All right. I have another number in my head. So this number is between 40 and 50. First person to guess the correct number, which I've written down here, between 40 and 50, can also receive a 3 or so card reading. So pop that into the chat now. We'll see what comes out. Miss Debbie Love. You're so cheeky. Because you've actually got it. Now, Debbie, do you have a really burning question, that you'd really love to ask? Or is there a chance that maybe we could give it over to Nicole? Because she's the other person that has guessed correctly. Okay, cool. I might get Nicole in there as well. Because what I'm going to do for you yes. Let me just pull this up here. Right. We're going to do a pendulum for you. All right. Please show me a yes. Now please show me a no. Thank you. Come back to neutral, please. Thank you. So, truth. Can Debbie overcome her health challenges using energy only? That is a yes, but it's a very gentle yes. And as I was asking that, I was also being told that the energy work that you're going to do is going to require you to redo something like a couple of times. There is an element of faith in there, belief and faith that you can move this energy through. And also sometimes as we are moving through these layers, it can seem to reappear, and the condition I'm talking about seems to reappear, but it's actually just an extra layer of the problem. It's not the same layer as it was before, so it might present in a similar fashion, but it's actually a different layer. So that was the other information that I was getting as that was all coming through. So I'm not sure if you have listened to, you probably have because you're very well read. I just make sure I'm getting the right book in my brain. Convoluted Universe, book 1. It's in the last third of the book, or I'd say the last third of the book. There's some really interesting stuff happening in there, talking about healing and things, and to do with our DNA structures and stuff like that. So you might be finding that some of this is due to upgrades, and your body is having to have some really interesting adjustment periods. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because it's popped into my mind. So if it's popped into my mind, I'm obviously meant to say it to you. So yeah, have a look at that. Keep going, and you'll be surprised about how things will shift and change for you. But it is going to require you to have faith in what you're doing. Okay, a faith and belief system of, every little cell in my body is happy, every little cell in my body as well. And you're just going to have to fucking keep repeating that lovely little song or something similar over and over and over again until you believe it. Because as soon as you let the slightest little bit of like, oh, this isn't working, it's going to mess things up. It's like a minor bird coming through your garden and digging up all your seeds that are just starting to sprout. Interesting. I don't know where that came from, but anyway, that's the analogy that's popped out. So yeah, you can, absolutely. And it's going to require a lot of very careful monitoring of your thought processes. Okay. Thank you so much. Say a big thank you to Rick, and because it's his kind donation that has afforded you to have this extra question answered today. All right. And Nicole, what question do you have that I would be able to answer for you today, perhaps? Or at least give some highlight possibilities for you. Craft some possibilities into your question. Can't have a night without a pendulum, apparently. And we haven't had our usual USA person popping in. So there we go. Still got some pendulum work. That's awesome. Okay. Well, I hope Debbie O Texas in Texas, Debbie O in Texas, you have yourself a brilliant day. Thank you for the flower. I appreciate that. So nice. I love it when people give me flowers. My beautiful friend left me a big bouquet of, I don't know what those are, but they're really pretty. They're like apricot-y colors. So gorgeous. Let me see. Oh my God. Too much. Yeah, I got the sense that you were disappearing, Debbie. So I hope you have a great day at work. It's pretty special. I'd love to know how Debbie in Texas found me. That would be pretty cool. I'm curious. A curious little kitten. All right, so the cards that Nicole is going for this time, they are from this one here, which is the Mystical Healing from Ina Segal. Anybody would think that I love Ina Segal. I might. I just might. She's a friend of mine on Facebook. Oh, love, so wouldn't we all? And sometimes we have to think about, I think, the lottery of life. So let's go back to that little concept I was talking about with Debbie, love. Or is it Melinda? No, it was Melinda. And talking about, those soul contracts and things like that, your things that you decided that you were going to do before you even got down into your mother's womb. And it's kind of like you have your bingo card. And each of your experiences is a number on that bingo card. And as you have each of those experiences, eventually you get to go bingo. And that would be pretty cool to be able to have that more conscious awareness of, like, and from the beginning, that, hey, this was on my bingo card, and not have to eventually stumble across it later on in life. Oh shit, okay, maybe that was part of my soul destiny to experience XYZ. Wow, cool. Possible numbers for Lotto: 35, 12, 11, and 20. I don't know about the rest. I don't know that will give you anything, but anyway. Wasn't really shuffling for Lotto, but anyway. So the first card that you've got is this one. Whoa. Here we go, which is Unlock Your Heart. Okay, so the question that I asked these cards is, what would your team like you to know at this point? And so this is about unlocking your heart. Pain can cleanse the way to profound wisdom. If you keep protecting yourself from being hurt, you will stop yourself from experiencing an intimate, delicious, earth-shattering, life-enhancing, sacred relationship. When a protected heart bursts open, there is pain, sadness, fear, rejection, brokenness, and a host of other unprocessed emotions. But nothing compares to the possibility of listening, trusting, and following the ancient wisdom that lives in a heart that has gone through pain, struggle, and loss, and has come out the other side with warmth, humility, compassion, and selfless action. An open heart is your true guide towards the greatest goodness you can give and goodness you can receive. So don't allow pride, hurt, fear to keep this most exquisite part of yourself shut off. Instead, listen and allow this part to have the opportunity to guide you towards self-knowledge and intimate knowledge of another who you yearn for. Allow all that is love in. Hi, Sonia. All right. So that's your first card, Nicole. Now, having just recently gone through an unlocking of my heart, all that they were talking about there, when it goes and opens up, is true. And what I would recommend is make sure that you give yourself the space, like a day at least, to be able to honor that process and do some like beautiful, deep healing meditation work. Maybe go have a healing session with someone to help facilitate that for you. Okay. Making peace with things like pain and sadness and fear and rejection really does help to open up the heart. And the heart is a very powerful thing. And when we are not letting fear run the show, we actually can see things with a lot more clarity. Okay. Your next card, which is card number 12. Here we go. Which doesn't surprise me now that I've explained that one to you. Experience rebirth. You are embarking on a time of great inner transformation. The next few months offer an opportunity for you to review your life in detail. You need to delve deeper than ever before into your inner world. You are being asked to choose a new path that takes into consideration your sensitivity. This path is slower and requires the true inner growth that your soul is yearning for. Don't be surprised if many old notions that you have created of yourself based on how your family has perceived you discharge from your life. If you resist, the process will become more painful. If you embrace it and are willing to be entirely honest, then you will awaken determination and faculties within yourself that you never knew existed. This card does not signal outer success and being accepted by others. It speaks of developing an inner practice of self-acceptance and understanding of your life's plan. So that's pretty cool. Please hang around, Sonia. I want to come back to your comment, but I'm just focusing on Nicole at the moment. So your action for this card, which is also going to help you with the first card, okay, is you are being asked to meditate on who you are right now and who you will become if you slow down and take the time to learn from, understand, digest, and to transform the old. You would need time to meditate, contemplate, and discern which belief patterns you need to let go of and the new higher wisdom you are ready to embrace. Whilst material challenges are always asking for your attention, it's important that you take enough time at this point to focus on your soul and spirit rather than on material success, which is basically saying give yourself, as I said before, the space to do the healing. Okay, get out in nature, ground, do that sort of work, because you require it. Okay. Have a look at Dr. Brian Weiss, Weiss, and he wrote Many Lives, Many Masters. And when I got that book, it actually came with a CD. So that tells you how old it was. And it had two meditations on that CD. I used those meditations to help me move through this next layer of stuff that I've did a couple of weeks ago. So obviously you can't get the CDs now, but the times have changed. But I do know he has a website. I know that he has access. You can get access to things digitally. And he has meditations that you can access that way. So I highly recommend that if you can't afford anything else, if you can't afford a session with a healer and maybe you don't know some meditations that you can do for yourself, have a look at that work, because it is some regression type work. It is it's beautiful. He was originally just a regular, normal, scientific psychologist. And if you ever get a chance to read the book Many Lives, Many Masters, I highly, highly recommend it. It was just fascinating, absolutely fascinating, the journey he took with this patient of his, which led him into the area of regressions and hypnosis and stuff like that. Okay, highly recommend it. Your next card is 11, which is examine your integrity. So as we move through these different levels and we have these upgrades, there's elements of our integrity that absolutely get a very bright light shone on them. Stand strong in your convictions. Your I has been weakened, which means that you are vulnerable to other people's influence. Only you can decide through clear, objective thinking and feelings what is best for you in this situation. Take the time you need to go within, look at the bigger picture and ask, what are the long-term consequences of this decision? You are being asked to examine your personal integrity and make a stand for something that aligns with your strongest ideals. The choices you make now will not only impact your life, but also your experience in the spiritual world and your future lives. Even though you may feel that you are giving up a fantastic opportunity, be aware that new potential possibilities are opening up to you, and these possibilities will allow you to influence others in a truly positive manner, thus creating ripples of goodness in the world. Okay, so again, this is talking about the same stuff. It's moving a lot of energy for you, which is very exciting. And it means when you're asking about family and stuff, I also get this is a time for you to really start looking at where are you at on your journey, and to comprehend that as you change, you will ripple out that energy and become the invitation for your family to do the same. Doesn't mean they will, but you have the possibility of influencing them by taking care of yourself first. Okay, so again, just Be mindful of when you're maybe doing a bit of people pleasing and getting sucked into everybody else's stuff and neglecting your own. Okay. So if you're feeling at all like, I don't seem to have any time for myself, or you might be simmeringly angry, but it's coming out as a bit of frustration, and it might be coming out as a little bit of, sharp words with someone, or like that sort of energy. Just realize that underneath that is anger. And the anger is because you're not necessarily making enough time for you and your healing spaces. It's kind of like the stuff is bubbling up and it's getting ready to blow. And it's like you have the choice of having it come out slowly and easily, or like a big volcano. So the choice is yours there, really. Your fourth card is listen to your intuition. Your intuition is constantly sending you messages. So your intuition includes your team, like your spirit team, right? You are being asked to become aware of your inner wisdom, of what your inner wisdom is trying to tell you about your health and your intimate as well as work-related relationships. There are particular aspects of your relationships that need attention and a new approach. There are certain people and experiences that you have outgrown. Change is coming, and you will need to make healthier choices. If you open the door to possibility, new people will appear in your life, and they will be able to offer you a different perspective on how to live, love, and work. Your body is also trying to give you a message about your health. There are signs and symbols all around you. It's your job to learn how to decipher them. When you awaken your heart chakra correctly, your intuition can flourish, and you will know the difference between an illusion and real spiritual perception. Yep. I just love these cards. I love them so very much. Ina Sadao is like, I find the mystical healing cards are kind of like the nice in-betweeny ones. They're still very to the point, but it's like, it's a little bit more gentle than the heal yourself ones. And your yummy card that's come out is purification. So yeah, you're going through an upgrade, love. And if you've been feeling a bit wonky or a bit wobbly lately, maybe you've had some headaches, maybe you've been a bit cranky with those around you, maybe you haven't been sleeping well, maybe you've been reaching for sweets and salt a lot more, that's all really good signs that your body is saying, hey, it's time for an upgrade. We're giving you the signs and the signals now. Please take note. Yeah, interesting times, very interesting indeed. You're not alone. There are lots of us with it happening at the moment. So again, we say thank you big time to Rick for that very kind donation. Thank you, Nicole, for being here and coming and playing in the crew. Appreciate you so much. And I look forward to catching you next time. Now, Sonia. So, Sonia, I'm very sorry to hear that your auntie passed this morning, and sending you lots and lots of love, because it's always tricky when a family member passes. And I'm not sure how close you were to your auntie. I get a sense that you probably were. And, oh yeah, there it comes. So sending you lots and lots of love while you're going through this time of transition. And grief really is about moving through this space of they're no longer in your world. And how funny is that? Big, rumbly thunder just came over right at that moment. So I'm going to do a pendulum for you just quickly. And we will see. Depends on if she can, if it's not her, we'll be checking in with your spirit team. Okay. All right. This one is called Lava Kite. Oh, no wonder it wanted to check. I was going through all of my pendulums. I was like, this one is the one that came out. And Lava Kite is grounding in mindfulness during stressful times, shielding and protecting against negative energies, increasing patience, enhancing the ability to focus, cleanse negative energies, increasing intuition, enhancing meditation, and balancing emotions. So that makes absolute sense as to why the love kite came forward. All right. So show me a yes, please. Thank you. Show me a no. Thank you. Okay, back to neutral, please. Thank you. Sweet truth. Has Sonia's auntie transitioned to the next life or level or space with peace? Yeah, she has. So truth, is auntie still in life review at the moment? Yeah. Cool. So Sonia, your auntie might be in life review for a little while yet, and that's cool. That's what we're meant to do. We're meant to move through, and when we pass over, we go into our life review space, and that's where we literally review what's happened in our life. Have we achieved our full bingo card? The bingo card that we came in with, have we ticked everything off? Have we put our little dot on that thing? And that's where she's at right now. She may flit in and out, and to give over this next 12 months, to give you some peace, and they can do that. So don't be surprised if she might pop back in and say hi, and maybe leave you some feathers or send you some butterflies or whatever the thing is that you guys have between you. And just know that she's okay. She's doing well. She's not in pain or anything like that. Okay. So I send a lot of love to you because you're the one that's left behind. She's in peace. She's peaceful. She's sweet as. She's not feeling any pain. She's just like, okay, cool. I did the thing. I did that whole death thing. Now she's just like, oh, okay. She's peaceful. She's okay. She lived a good life, as in a long life. And now it's time. But it doesn't make it so much easier for you, does it? So lots and lots of love, darling, to you and your family during this time of transition, okay? And Nicole says, yep, I can't really sleep. Yes, I've been getting the same thing, what you said. Yes, so true on everything you said. Thank you so much. Love and light to you. Your help is so beautiful to me and have helped me so much. Thanks, and thank you very much. Super cool. You're very welcome. All right, my friends. I think that's it for tonight, for paid readings anyway. I was interesting. All right. Just because we've loved using our intuition tonight, and you guys are doing such a good job, I would like to invite you now to do poetry reading. Okay, so we are going to do the expanding out exercise first, because I know that you guys will get completely different numbers, because you're then expanded out, and it's like you're tapping into the collective knowledge of what's actually going to be helpful to you rather than your ego when you're nice and contracted down. So just close your eyes now. Take a big deep breath in. Breathing out. Taking another big deep breath in. Bringing Mother Earth energy all the way up. Bringing Father Sky energy all the way down. Bringing Mother Earth and your unconditional love all the way up as you breathe in. Bringing Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. Beautiful. And now expanding out your awareness in a big bubble all the way around you. Expanding it out so it's bigger than the home that you're in, bigger than the country that you're on, up into the sky, down into the earth, way, way, way down, bigger than the planet. Expanding out your awareness, greater than the solar system, greater than the galaxies. Beyond the universes. Take a big deep breath in and out. You might find that your body wants to move a little bit, and that's totally cool. Let it do that. And as we focus on the body once more, we'll grab our sense of allowance and expand that out. A big bubble all around us once again, which expanding out your allowance takes you from being that tight, contracted little pebble at the bottom of the raging river of everybody else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and expands it out so that you're like a big old fluffy cloud. And that big, beautiful, bright, white, fluffy cloud is just floating along, and it sees this raging river of thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and sees it for exactly what it is. It's just energy. And you're at peace with that. You can observe it and be at peace with it. So you're expanding out, and you can choose as that big fluffy cloud whether you're going to play with that river, or you're just going to float on by. It's totally your choice. So now you're going to expand your allowance. in a big bubble all around you, greater than your home, beyond the size of the country that you're on, beyond the planet, beyond the solar system. Expanding out your allowance beyond the galaxies, beyond the universes, and finally beyond your awareness. Taking a big deep breath in and out. Beautiful. Now I'd like to know what number between and including 1 and 88 is going to create the most truth. Between 1 and 88 is going to create the most for you in this next week. Please put that in the chat now. $14 for Melinda. Okay, Melinda, you got 14, which is realization. Why is it that when a person loves another, that they can't see the obvious, that the other isn't feeling the same way? The hurt for the person is unbearable when they finally realize. They feel stupid that they just didn't see. But it's so much worse when it carries on for a long time. The person is denying the inevitable and falling deeper into the trap called heartache. So what I get with this, Melinda, for you is that you feel there's a feeling of a little bit of betrayal from your current part-time job, and the betrayal is sort of showing up very similar to heartache, and because of that, it's like there's a lot of stuff going on in your mind around, self-doubt, and I shouldn't have trusted them, and they promised me XYZ, and now it's not happening, and now I'm getting pressure from other sources. So what this poem is bringing up is the clarity around all of that you trusted them, and they've shown you a different side. So it's now time to take action. And I'm going to read the little part that's after this. As I slipped deeper into the mire of hurt and ache, I remember the birthday dinner out earlier that month. We went to Valentine's restaurant. We were situated by large windows, which truly was my saving grace, as it overlooked the Wellington harbour, and the lights twinkling throughout the skyline were like little friends, beautifully distracting while I was feeling so empty. I wasn't smiling. I was really quiet. The food was tasteless, and the people around me were tired of my mood, tired of my talk, tired of me. So I can see why this particular poem has come out. And what sense I'm getting is get busy. Go have some fun, have some playtime over this weekend when you're not working, if you're working at all. And have a chance to play with some friends. And it's okay to feel a little bit lost, but at the same time, proactively move forward as well. But it might be time to move on from the BCF type stuff, and maybe not move on completely, but certainly make it less of a priority, and that you've got other things to move towards now. Okay? I love you, and thank you for coming to play. $22 for Debbie Lou. All right, I'm going to read this in reverse. So I'm going to have the bottom bit first for you and then the rest of the poem. So the poem is called Together in Harmony. And it says, a summer love that is remembered fondly, written for the guy who gently and kindly showed me it was okay to smile again. So I'm just going to put that at the start so then you can see where this flow comes from. It says, as you leave me tonight, I feel this strange feeling, one that I haven't felt in a long time. It's a feeling of peace, but also one of loss. Peace to know that you'll return, and loss that you aren't with me now. I wish for you to know, even if I can't say it at the moment, that I care for you, and that when we are apart, I'll be thinking of you. So it's that lovely, bubbly, joyous, the opening of something special. So I say, well done, enjoy, have fun with it, and this is all very lovely stuff for you, Debbie. So have fun with that and enjoy the healing that comes along with. And that's part of why I said at the end, and kindly show me it was okay to smile again, because this was coming out of some very deep, dark times, and this particular gentleman certainly helped heal me in that way. So yeah, welcome to this lovely new chapter in your life. Okay, enjoy. Thank you for coming to play. Nicole, it's number 7. Ooh, frogs. Okay. So, Nicole, number 7, you got loneliness is. Loneliness is something I can't quite explain. It can hurt, make me feel out of it. It's a heavy feeling, which is inside my body. It's a part of my mind, but it's released through my heart. I go all silent, and I can't explain why. I don't wish to be alone again. So for you, my dear, what I'm actually getting with this one is there's a part of you that feels really lost right now, and it's your heart. Was the same as your reading. It's time for you to focus on you and your heart and your growth, looking at those shadow aspects of yourself, but also just to rebalance those masculine and feminine energies, the polarities within you, so that you can have fun again. I'll read the little blurb at the bottom. It said, yes, a lost lust. The cute and sexy had his own car and liked to take me out in it. Worked in security, fantastic kisser, who took me to see the Upper Hutt city lights. Did I mention cute? So that's why I giggled. So yeah, it's certainly time to everything is just saying, please, this is where the issues are right now. Do some heart work, do some real deep heart work, and go back to having a look at what's cute in your world. Thank you for coming to play, Nicole. Catherine. I like this poem. It's called Morning Sky. The fiery red sky reflected from the golden glow below, the red blip distracting from the flow of gold, easing out into the valley like a long snake unfurling from slumber. Oh dear. And it says, standing naked and wrapped in a blanket, gazing over the Hawke's Bay gazing out over the Hawke's Bay, the Bay of Hawke's Bay, towards Napier waterfront from the Eskdale shore area. A beautiful black Labrador at my feet, and marveling at the twinkling beauty of the city nightlights combined with the magnificence of the brilliant red sky. So I see for you, Catherine, with this one, there's a lot of beautiful moments that are happening in your world and in this week to come that will have you just marveling at the beauty and the gloriousness of this world. And if you get a chance and if you feel inspired, put that into some kind of creation, whether it be written or drawn or painted or some kind of craft, whatever speaks to your heart. There is going to be a lot of moments where it's just going to go, oh, and it's going to sing to you. Maybe it's through voice, but yes. Enjoy, my dear. And hello, everybody. Rick is in the house. So, Rick, your donation actually got spread over 3 people. So it was Nicole and Debbie Love, who's over on YouTube, and Melinda. So back through the chat, they've all said thank you so much to you, and just so super grateful for you and your very kind donation. And thank you for the rose. Appreciate it. All right. That was a fun round of poems. So as I was pondering our meditation for tonight, there was a couple of things that were coming through, and one of them was around this lovely full moon that's coming up. So what I would like to do and just double checking that I hadn't missed anybody. Just 1 minute. Cool. Catherine, piano and painting this weekend. Yes! Enjoy. I love that you play piano. That's so cool. Love music. Fun fact, I learned how to read music and play clarinet when I was in high school. And then I moved into doing musical theatre in the last couple of years of high school, because the last 3 years of high school. And then I spent time in my 20s doing backstage work and all that sort of stuff for theatre groups. Yeah, fun times. I loved theatre stuff. It was great. And you see, Rick? Nicole says thank you. All right. I am all fluid up. All right. So what I would like to work on today for our meditation is, we are aware that the Gemini is the twins, and they are curious and communication and intellectual. They love learning, and they're versatile, and they're adaptable, right? That's some of the gifts that we have with the sign of Gemini. And with the moon coming through and enhancing those aspects for us, what's happening for us in the southern hemisphere anyway. In the northern hemisphere, it's a different moon. But we're in the sun sign of Gemini. So that's what I'm also going to be working with here. So for us here in the southern hemisphere, interesting. I didn't think about that. Sorry, squirrel moment. I'm like, we actually get a double whammy for us in the southern hemisphere of the moon and the sun sign moving together at the same time for this month. How interesting. Anyway, like I said, squirrel moment. We have those elements of masculine and feminine polarity within us, which could be seen a bit like the Gemini twins, right? And when as males or females or are out of balance, it means that one of the twins is speaking a bit louder than the other. And so what I would like to do is, we're going to have a little bit of a rebalancing of these energies. Rebalancing using the theme of the Gemini aspects of being curious and communication and intellectual and being versatile and adaptable and having a love of learning. So this is to help us to become, and perhaps even for some of us who are in our upgrades and stuff at the moment, it's about opening up those aspects for you too, so that you can feel safe within yourself to move forward in your upgrade. Because as our masculine and feminine balance out within, we're able to welcome in those same elements within other people, which then help us to feel more confident moving forwards, and our ego with the fear-based points of views and belief systems can start to calm down somewhat, because we have the faith and the belief within ourselves. Okay. Yeah, it's the twins. It's the Gemini twins. So we're gonna run on a theme of the Gemini tonight, and I'm looking forward to that. So We've already done the expanding out exercise, but just for those of you who are joining us a bit later, let's close our eyes and we'll just double check that everybody's out where they're meant to be. So close your eyes, take a big deep breath in. And we might actually go up to theta for this one. I'll get a yes on that. So take a big deep breath in, then breath out. Making sure that your awareness is way expanded out beyond the planet, beyond the solar system, beyond the galaxies and beyond the universes, perhaps even out beyond wherever you've been before. Checking in with your allowance and expanding that out beyond yourself, beyond the planet, beyond the solar system, beyond the galaxies, beyond the universes, and beyond your awareness. Take a big deep breath in. Now taking, as you breathe in and out, and just notice your body is starting to relax just that little bit more. Imagine that there is a bright white light shining into your heart, moving down your body, all the way down through your belly, through your legs, down through your feet, into the center of Mother Earth, curling around the center of Mother Earth and moving all the way back up again, through all those crystalline layers, gathering any other energies required for this healing today. Moving all the way up through your body, through your feet, through your legs, through your torso, all the way up, out through your head, where it creates this big bubble above your head. Now imagine that you're inside that big, beautiful, bright white light bubble. And that bubble is now floating up higher and higher, beyond the golden light, dark light, beyond the rainbow jelly-like clouds and the pink misty clouds. You see a big opening above you where there is bright white opalescent light streaming out of it, welcoming you to come through that beautiful big opening. Go through that opening until you're completely surrounded by the bright white opalescent light. It might feel like the sun is shining down on top of you, and its warm rays of unconditional love are shining all over you and your blood bubble. Take a big deep breath in. Once again, feeling your body relax even further. And as you breathe out, the bubble around you dissolves. Taking another big deep breath in, bringing that unconditional love all the way through your body. And breathing out. And as you breathe out, letting go of any tension, any stress, any strain. Taking one more big deep breath in, bring that unconditional love through every cell and molecule of your body. Allowing your brain to start releasing those beautiful happy hormones, the dopamine, the oxytocins. Oh, lovely. And giving your body a chance to just relax those cortisol levels. Much better. You might start finding that different parts of your body start to creak and crack as they relax, different muscles. And this unconditional love that's all around you right now on the beautiful seventh plane, the theta plane, is literally that. It's unconditional love. There is no rules, no boundaries. You do not have to have been a good citizen to be able to receive this unconditional love. It is there for you in whatever shape, form, or morality that you have been or continue to be. It is loving unconditionally. There is zero rules or conditions on it. The only person who puts conditions on the amount of love that you can receive right now is you. So if you've truly never felt this level of love before, enjoy. It is your safe place. Nothing can harm or hurt you up here at all. This is a place where instantaneous healing can occur. Or at least can occur over a few sessions. But I have seen many amazing things happen off of one session in the theta plane for myself and others. So now I'd like you to visualize your body, and we're going to move the energy slightly differently this time. So with our feminine polarity, that is about receiving. And our masculine polarity is about the doing, the outward action. The giving, if you like. And when it comes to your body, the left-hand side of your body is for the feminine and the right-hand side is for the masculine. And the image that we're going, or the flow of energy that we're going to work through today is this beautiful, unconditional love, this beautiful, bright white light. I'm going to ask you to imagine that it is flowing up and in, up through your feet and in through your hands on your left-hand side, moving up all the way through the left-hand side of your body, that beautiful feminine side of your body, moving up and up and up through your left leg, through the left half of your hips, through the left half of your belly and your chest, through your arm to your left shoulder, through the left side of your neck, through the left side of your cheek and your left ear, the left half of your brain. And as it reaches the crown, comes out past the crown, and then drops down again. Through the right-hand side of your brain, your eye, your ear, your cheek, your mouth, down the right-hand side, and now we're playing with the masculine. Going down your right-hand side of your neck and your throat, through your shoulder, moving down the right-hand side of your arm, through your chest, through your belly. That energy now drops out your hand and your fingertips, going all the way down through the right hand hip, the right side of your hip, down your right leg, through your right knee, through your right shin and calf, through your right ankle, all the way out through your right toes, curling around the bottom of your feet and then coming right back up your left hand side again. And the energy that is flowing out your right fingers is curling around down underneath your feet and coming back up through your left fingers. So you've got these two beautiful circles, sort of circles of energy. One going through your feet, up to the crown, the one coming from your fingers, up to your crown, and then moving back down again, or beyond the crown, and then moving back down. But they both meet through the shoulders, the neck, the head. Okay, so nothing is being left out. As you're doing this, and this flow of energy coming up through the right hand side, and then down through, up through the left hand side and down through the right hand side. Take special note of what parts of your body are tight or tense as the energy flows through and around. Are there specific parts of your back, parts of your shoulders, parts of your face? Beautiful. Just take note of them, acknowledging them, saying thank you for showing me, and keep moving. As this energy continues to move around, we're going to now, which is now starting to correct the feminine and the masculine balance. Bringing them up so that they're equal and flowing nicely between them. And if they're not, it's okay. We're going to add a third flow of energies. I say third because we've got the ones rolling through our feet and the hands. This one is just going to come straight around. So imagine that it's another loop, but it's going horizontally instead of vertically. And this horizontal energy is swirling around your feet. Now these energies, beautiful unconditional love energies, is all the elements of the Gemini energies: curiosity, communication, of intellect, being versatile and adaptability, and having a love of learning, the confidence to speak up and to know when to be quiet, when to observe, having that childlike curiosity about life and nature and how we function as a collective, and being able to communicate that with others, but being curious about our own lives, about our own trajectory, and intelligently applying that knowledge and the curiosity to our lives moving forward. All of these elements are now swirling around your feet. And anything that does not help with any of that, the opposite of that, closed-mindedness, a fear of communicating, a fear of learning anything new because of what it might create, the space it might create, the lowering of the blinkers, so to speak, being rigid in your belief systems, all those sorts of things. We're going to let all those harder aspects go. So as this beautiful feminine, masculine is still flowing around vertically, we're going to move this horizontal light up through the body now. Cleansing and clearing any shock, trauma, and heartache of having an unbalanced masculine and feminine energies in the body. Cleansing and clearing, eliminating and eradicating, releasing it up to Creator, to the universe. Any and all of those energies of being rigid and fearful out of our system, so that we can once again remember how to be curious, how to be versatile, how to adapt with ease, how to have that love of learning and enjoying that process. Moving that beautiful horizontal light all the way up through your knees, getting rid of any stuckness from your thighs, from your pelvis, from your reproductive organs, coming up through your belly, removing any of that shock, trauma, and heartache, that heaviness, any of those belief systems and energies that are no longer working for you, that are preventing you from having beautiful, true balance between your masculine and feminine energies, eliminating and eradicating those all the way up through your spine, all your muscles, all your cells and molecules, coming up through your heart, all the way up your back, through your chest, through your shoulders, and of course, we're having our arms down through our fingertips, through our wrists, through our forearms, through our elbows, through our upper arms. The whole horizontal circle is now moving up through your shoulders. And as the Gemini energy is cleansing and clearing your throat area now, removing any blocks that has prevented you from knowing your worth and vocalizing that. All of those are being lifted from you now, as much as you're willing to lift and let go. All the spaces and places where you've had to shut down your voice for fear of upsetting someone else. All of that is going now, so that you can, with full consciousness, know when it is time to speak up, when it is time to be quiet, but not out of fear. It's out of knowing. It's out of emotional intelligence rather than fear. All that fear is disappearing out of your throat, out of your jaw, out of your teeth, and your gums, and your tongue, your lips, the roof of your mouth, moving away, releasing up to Creator, through your nose, your cheeks, your ears, your eyes, through the temples, through the forehead, all the way up through the brain, the subconscious and the conscious mind. Releasing all of the last little bits up beyond the crown to Creator, to be cleansed and cleared, never to return to you again. Take a big deep breath in now. And breathing out. And as you breathe in, see that energy, that beautiful feminine energy coming up your left side. And as you breathe out, see that energy flowing down through your right hand side, that beautiful masculine energy. Feel the warmth of Mother Earth, the warmth of the love, the unconditional love moving up through your body on the left hand side. All that beautiful nurturing and healing. And feel all of that lovely active energy on the right hand side. Beautiful. And what happens right in the middle where they meet? For me, I see the meeting of the masculine and the feminine, like two swirling spirals, meeting in the middle, dancing with each other. There is no competition here. It's beautiful, it's supportive, it's loving, it's nurturing. All the way up through the spine. And as we take another deep breath, bringing that unconditional love through every cell and molecule of our body. Just release this process now. With gratitude and thanks for all of that lovely energy work that we have created today. We're going to now float down, feeling lighter and happier than what we were 2 hours ago. Feeling free to express ourselves with confidence and curiosity and intellect. Coming all the way down through the pink misty clouds and through the rainbow jelly light clouds, moving back through to our bodies. Now imagine standing underneath a big, beautiful waterfall. Feel the warmth of Mother Earth underneath your feet. And the water's flowing over and through your body as you stand underneath a big, beautiful crystalline waterfall. Just washing away any other little fragments of energies that are ready to go. And now stepping out onto a big, warm river rock. And you can feel the hum of Mother Earth underneath your feet. It feels different now. Because you're different now. You're far more balanced than you were 1 hour ago. Bring Mother Earth energy all the way up through your body, both sides at once. Bring it all the way up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring Father Sky energy all the way down. Bring Mother Earth and the unconditional love all the way out. And Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. When you're ready, open your eyes. And now is your reminder that you might feel like a drink of water right now. If you're feeling a little bit too spacey in your mind, have a little bit of salt to help settle. The body uses a lot of salt and water when we do healing practices like that. Just take another big deep breath, letting that space settle. Thank you again for you all being here. I love this space that we create together. I feel very privileged and very honored to have you here with me tonight. I hope you have a beautiful week to come. And for those of you who are in the Southern Hemisphere, keep warm. Enjoy the gloriousness of winter. For those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, enjoy the summer. Get out there, do something fun for yourself over this week to come. And until I see you next time, be bold, be brave, be you, my beautiful friends, and enjoy all of this incredible Gemini energy. And don't forget, we have a full moon on Wednesday. So, good time to do some release work. All right. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye-bye for now.